once you like go to flare, you're already gonna get into stall speed territory. So, and he's like, yep, that's basically how they would do it in an emergency scenario. But in reality, if for the safety of the pilot, they would just eject out of the plane. They would just aim it towards like a field or the ocean or something, where there's no populace around, and they'll just eject out.
Yep. Yep. Was this you talking to an actual pilot?
I was talking to a maintainer, a retired maintainer.
Looks like I'm doing a quick update to my DCS, and I will be getting on because I have an itch for either the F-14 or the A4. Also because fucking Ballpus isn't here to fly Apache with, so that's nice. Yeah. Don't leave me, Ballpop. One of the most jealous people in the Discord is Ballpop. We should give him like a special thing called like the chill dude.
Nope. All you have to do is say that Trump was a good president, and he will lose all his shit. Right there and on the spot. I'm telling you. You want to get Bullpup fucking? That's it. Tell him, hey, you know what? Trump was a fucking great president. Bullpup, like, what the fuck?
When you know people's like bitch of an itch that you can get into Scratch. .exe system.
Well then ask what he thinks of Biden.
He hates fucking Biden too.
He hates Biden too. But he would rather have Biden than Trump, and I'm like, you're an idiot. I've literally told him he's an idiot a couple times.
But did you see the Biden meme that I posted in memes?
You know he's like currently making fun of himself at the correspondence like meeting.
So evidently, Jedi Survivor is actually pretty good.
Yes.
Yes, it is. It is. Both of them are good, and they basically Jedi Survivors. They listen to all the complaints from the first game, and they're like, you know what?
We want decapitation. We want
deloving. We want to be able to murk people. Murder.
I'm looking at the ones here that I'm just like dying for them to come. Coming soon. There's a couple coming soon. Homeworld 3 coming soon. The B-17 Flying Fortress coming soon.
I'm excited for Armored Core because it is one of the best mech games that was ever made. And if they do, you can shut the fuck up.
Yeah. That's near. Medieval Dynasty's out though. Yeah.
I heard it was game. Kind of goofy and weird.
Are you talking about the Mighty 8? Is that
not that yet?
The Mighty, you mean the? I'm waiting for the fucking B-17 VR game where you're all like a crew in a B-17.
Yes.
That sounds like it's gonna be hilarious. Like, where's Zerker? I'm in the ball turret because I don't give a fuck if I die.
Like I'll be the pilot. I'll be the fucking pilot, and I'll just be like, doing my own thing, navigating and everything, and then fucking Jarhead will come up to me from his fucking top turret and be like, hey.
Kicking in the back of the head like a tanker. Turn right, motherfucker! You just see your charge foot like kicking fucking Nixon in the back of it. I can see that. That's why VR is both terrifying and funny because I know immediately every single one of the people on the internet I know will fucking shoot me. No, wait. So it's more that you would need a monster rig for them to work well. So I would say still wait because the new one, because the gen. So I'm going to give you an example of what I tell everybody. Current stages that VR is in ColecoVision level state for games. Like a lot of shit's experimental. There's a few games that are great, but it's really used for chatting and doing stuff, and it's just not there yet. And with the newer shit coming out, we're going to be getting. They're making it so full body tracking is cheaper now soon. It already is kind of cheap, but it costs equivalent of like an Oculus, so you know, that's called cheap. And they're working on making it even cheaper. So I would wait. Quite frankly, I'd wait a few years, like maybe 1 or 2, probably 2 years. Probably 2 years, we'll probably be getting the really good shit. If you really want to know a lot about VR, look up Thrillseeker on YouTube. Like half of his thing is just talking about the new shit coming out from VR, and he doesn't give a biased opinion. He gives like a flat out, these are things that are good about this, and there's good, and he never says something just fucking trash, unless it is absolutely truly trash. And he basically goes, there's good parts about it, like there's some things I really like about it, and then there's something that I think is fucking god-awful. Yeah, so I highly recommend him, and he will kind of steer you. But, like, if you're just looking, like, to get into, like, that, like, my thing is, I got into VR and I realized I really want full body. Because of, like, especially, like, when I'm doing Blade and Sorcery, because I can't move like it. It's kind of like Munamasa saying, you fight how you train. So I can't fight the way I've trained with swords. So I end up fucking up a lot of shit. Because I have very specific movements I do with swords, and they're very effective. Also would make Jarhead go, what the fuck is wrong?
Alright, so here's the thing, guys. I don't tell you all the crazy shit I've done in my life for a reason. But there's no. So do you know what a SWIC team is? The Navy SWIC teams. Did you ever see? What the hell is that movie? It was actually done. Done with the guys that actually were actually really operators, and they were in this. It was like a propaganda movie, really. Hold on for a second. I gotta mute this. Hold on. Shut up, you fucks. Shut up. Yeah, I'm watching a video on the game I might buy. All right. So it wasn't O Dark 30. It was like it came out around the same time as that. Act of Valor. I think it was Act of Valor. All right.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Valor, right? So the beginning opening scenes, they're hitting that place in South America looking for information, and you saw the boats that came in and just fucking waylaid that fucking Bronco.
Yeah.
The boats are what they call SWIC boats. That's a SWIC team. When I got out of law enforcement and before I went into doing my own businesses, I instructed at the SWIC school to teach those guys how to do their jobs. So I taught CQB, small arms, and site exploitation. Those are my skills and focus. Which means, like, sitting on my shelf here at the house is the Ranger Handbook and the Marine Corps Scout Sniper Handbook, and, you know. So I learned a lot of cool stuff about weapons, and I went to a lot of cool little courses about weapons. So where Zerker's like, I'd use a sword like this, I would probably Glock Fu him as soon as he pulled the sword out, number one. But if I did have to fight you with a sword, Mr. Zerka, I am sure that you're probably going to use a katana-style fight. You're probably more Asian-based, or are you a fencer?
I'm Western Europe longsword.
Western Europe longsword. So you're going to have the high guard. You're going to start out with a high guard.
Depends on what stance I'm doing. So high guard, there's high guard, which is high guard is the most prominently known. But usually I use the mid guard.
So for me, I would start you off. I'd come with a high guard, and I would proceed to fuck you up. Because the first blow I'm going to sink down is going to be squarely right in the middle of your body. Like I'm going to try to come down and split your head. And then from there, I'm going to come for a low cut, and then to a side cut, and then push through and use the back end of the sword to go across your face. That's just me. But you know, that, and also I'm a firm believer that you always carry two knives to a fight. When you're using a sword, you always have a dagger with you too. So if you're able to fucking block me enough, I'm gonna get my dagger into your ribs. Because I don't fight fair. That's the biggest misconception of people nowadays, is that fight with honor. Well, I can fight with honor and fill a fucking body bag, or I could win. I'm gonna win.
One of the best like actual like movie that portrayed like European medieval like combat was the movie on Netflix. I think it's called The King, where
Kingdom of Heaven had a really good scene in it too, where they're doing training with them.
yeah, no, like well, the one I'm talking about is like The King, and it's based on ICD.
Did you just fire a harm? What lit you up? Were you getting lit up? I can see your missile going. So you're just popping out a harm to pop out a harm? Oh no. It found a target.
But the
You shouldn't have painted me.
This is Swick. This is a Swick team, right?
See.
where are you
Where'd you put
posting it?
On General.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that is.
General. Why do I never see this shit when I'm up? Yes. So I instructed those guys. It was a fun time.
Yeah.
It was that boat drafts at like 18 inches. It's fucking insane. It can go through like fucking puddles. Fucking thing is amazing. But that's, see the Mark 44 minigun? That's a lot of fun to shoot. You spin up the engine. Once it gets up to speed, you push the other trigger.
Yep.
Glowing red hot. Great stream, and there's tracers in it. Looks like it's a laser beam because there's so much that ammo.
It also, right? Isn't it roar? Like while it's
Yeah.
firing. Like I can't remember who it was. I can't remember. I think it was Jonathan. Somebody I know who's in the military had one open up above him, like in a Black Hawk, just spraying the edge of a town. Oh, and he says, I can't move, so I am proceeding to be dogpiled by brass.
And I don't understand. I don't understand what it is about like Call of Duty or just Hollywood. They just can never get the minigun to sound right. It always sounds like a slower RPM, almost like a Gatling gun type of deal. It never sounds.
In the movie that they did, that Act of Valor, they actually did it right. I was actually pretty impressed with it. I was like, holy shit. I was like, because it's what it sounds like. Oh, hold on for a second.
Give me a sec. Wait, I found it.
But you found what?
The movie clip.
Where are you gonna post it? Zerker?
Posting it central. There we go.
Yes, that's it. Glorious, my friend, glorious.